If you're a senior living on Social Security, retirement savings, or a fixed income, I want to start with something that could save you real money, not $5 here or $10 there. I'm talking about bills that can quietly drain hundreds, and in some cases, thousands of dollars from your budget every year, even though there are legal exemptions, assistance programs, or correction options that many older Americans qualify for and never use. And that's the part that should get your attention. In many cases, these savings do not happen automatically. Nobody from Medicare calls to say you're overpaying. Your county usually does not knock on your door to remind you about a property tax break. Social Security does not always step in and say, your income changed, so let's lower that surcharge. The system often waits for you to know the rule, ask the question, fill out the form, and push the process forward. That means many seniors are paying bills they may not need to pay in full, or in some cases, should not be paying at all. And when you're trying to stretch your retirement income, that matters. It affects your groceries, your prescriptions, your utilities, and your peace of mind. So today, I want to walk you through 5 bills that seniors often keep paying, simply because they were never told there may be a legal way to reduce them, eliminate them, or get help covering them. And stay with me to the end, because number 5 is the one almost nobody talks about clearly, and for some homeowners, it can be one of the biggest savings of all. Let's start with the bill many seniors see every month and assume is unavoidable. The first bill is your Medicare Part B premium. If you're on Medicare, there's a good chance this amount is being taken out of your Social Security check automatically. And because it happens every month, many people assume it's just a permanent part of retirement. But that's where a lot of money gets lost. Many seniors do not realize there are Medicare savings programs that can pay that Part B premium for you if your income and resources fall within certain limits. And if that premium is covered, that means more money stays in your Social Security check each month instead of going out the door. The programs to know are QMB, SLMB, and QI. QMB can help with the Part B premium and may also reduce other Medicare cost sharing. SLMB and QI are mainly focused on paying the Part B premium itself. The details vary, but the big point is simple. If you qualify, you may not have to keep paying that premium out of pocket. The mistake many people make is ruling themselves out too quickly. They hear low income and assume they make too much, but income limits change, rules vary by state, and many seniors never actually check. That assumption can cost you hundreds of dollars a year. So the action step is simple. If you have Medicare and you're paying the Part B premium, contact your state Medicaid office or a local benefits counselor and ask to be screened from Medicare savings programs, specifically QMB, SLMB, and QI. Use those exact names. Don't just ask if there's any help available. Ask directly. And if your income dropped recently because you retired, lost work income, or lost a spouse, that matters even more. You may qualify now even if you didn't before. And that first bill connects directly to the second one, because if you qualify for help with Medicare premiums, you may also qualify for help with prescriptions. The second bill is prescription drug costs. This is where many seniors get stuck in what I call the illusion of coverage. You have Medicare, you have a Part D plan, your medications are technically covered, but your copays are still high, your deductible still hurts, and if you take several prescriptions, the monthly total can still be a serious burden. That's where the program called Extra Help comes in. It's also known as the low-income subsidy. And for seniors who qualify, it can reduce prescription drug costs in a major way. It can lower your Part D premium, reduce or eliminate your deductible, and cut your copays for covered medications. For someone taking multiple prescriptions every month, this can make a huge difference. It can mean paying a small amount per medication instead of watching drug costs eat into your grocery money or emergency savings. And this matters for another reason. When prescription costs get too high, people start skipping doses, delaying refills, or cutting pills to make them last longer. Many seniors never tell anyone they're doing it. They just try to make the numbers work. But that financial problem can quickly turn into a health problem. So if your medications still feel expensive, even with Medicare, Do not assume that's the best you can do. Ask whether you qualify for extra help. And if you're already applying for or receiving a Medicare savings program, ask whether that also affects your eligibility for prescription assistance. In many cases, these programs overlap. The third bill is one that hits especially hard during summer and winter because it's not optional and it can spike fast: your energy bill. For a lot of seniors, utility costs have become a major monthly burden. Air conditioning, heat, electricity, and gas can add up quickly, especially if you live in an older home. Your rates have gone up, or you have health conditions that make temperature control a necessity rather than a luxury. Many retirees try to handle this by cutting back wherever they can. They keep the thermostat lower or higher than is comfortable, avoid running appliances, and still end up with a bill that feels impossible. But many don't realize there is a program specifically designed to help with home energy costs. That program is LIHEAP, the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. This is real assistance for eligible households. In many cases, the payment goes directly to the utility company on your behalf, which means it can reduce what you owe without you having to come up with the money first. And there's one detail here that matters a lot. In many areas, LIHEAP funding is limited and handled on a first-come, first-served basis. That means waiting can be a very expensive mistake. A lot of seniors assume they should only ask for help once they're already behind on the bill. But by then, funding may be gone or options may be more limited. So if utility costs are straining your budget, do not wait for a shutoff notice. Contact your local LIHEAP office, community action agency, or the agency that handles energy assistance in your area. Ask about current funding, income limits, application deadlines, and what documents you need. One phone call can tell you very quickly whether help may be available. And if you rent, don't automatically assume this doesn't apply to you. Depending on how utilities are billed, renters may also qualify. That's another reason not to rule yourself out before checking. Now, let's move to a bill that many seniors don't even realize they're paying because it's often buried inside their Medicare costs. The fourth bill is the IRMAA surcharge. If your income was above certain levels, Medicare may add an extra charge to your Part B and Part D premiums. That extra charge is called IRMAA, which stands for Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. And here's where people get caught. Medicare usually looks at your tax return from 2 years earlier to decide whether you owe that surcharge. So if you retired recently, had a one-time income spike, sold a property, took a large distribution, or had another unusual financial year, Medicare may still be charging you today based on income you no longer have. That means a senior whose income dropped sharply in retirement may still be paying a higher Medicare premium based on an outdated tax picture. And many people never question it. They just assume Medicare went up, and that's the end of it. But in some cases, that surcharge can be reduced or removed if you've had a qualifying life-changing event and your income has gone down. The form to know here is Form SSA 44. This form is used to ask Social Security to reconsider your IRMAA amount when your current income is lower because of a life-changing event, such as retirement, reduced work, divorce, marriage, or the death of a spouse. Not every income change qualifies, and you'll usually need documentation, but this is one of the most important corrections many seniors never hear about. And the reason it matters is simple. IRMAA amount can cost a lot more than people realize over the course of a year. It's not just a small nuisance charge. For some retirees, it can mean hundreds or even thousands of dollars in extra Medicare costs if it isn't corrected. So, if your Medicare premiums seem unusually high, ask whether you're paying IRMAA. And if you are, ask whether the income Medicare is using still reflects your current reality. If it doesn't, SSA 44 may be the key to fixing it. And now we come to the fifth bill, the one that's often buried at the local level and can save homeowners a meaningful amount of money if they know where to look: property taxes. If you own your home, pay close attention to this one. Many counties, cities, and states offer property tax exemptions, freezes, credits, deferrals, or senior-specific reductions for older homeowners. But these benefits are often hidden in local rules, and in many places, they are not automatic. That's why so many seniors miss them. They assume that once they turn 65, if there's a property tax break available, the county will apply it automatically. In many areas, that simply does not happen. You have to know it exists, ask about it, fill out the paperwork, and sometimes renew it. And this can be a costly oversight because property tax relief can be one of the largest savings on this entire list. The exact benefit depends on where you live. Some areas reduce the taxable value of your home. Some offer a freeze, so taxes don't keep rising as quickly. Some offer credits based on age, income, disability, or veteran status. Some require the home to be your primary residence. Some have strict filing deadlines. That last part matters a lot. If there's a deadline and you miss it, you may have to wait until the next tax year to claim the benefit. That could mean another full year of paying more than necessary. And here's another common mistake. Some homeowners assume property tax relief is only for very low-income seniors. That is not always true. Some programs are income-based, but others are based on age, disability, widow status, veteran status, or simply whether the home is owner-occupied. So if you own your home and you've never had your property tax status reviewed, do not assume everything has already been applied correctly. The action step here is to contact your county assessor, tax collector, or local property tax office and ask specifically whether there are senior property tax exemptions, homestead exemptions, tax freezes, credits, deferrals, or disability-related reductions available for owner-occupied homes. Ask what the age and income rules are, whether the benefit is automatic, what form you need, and when the deadline is. Use those exact words. The more specific you are, the more likely you are to uncover something useful. Now, let's step back and connect all 5 of these bills, because there's a bigger lesson here. The first lesson is that normal is not always correct. Just because a bill has been coming out of your account every month does not mean you're stuck with it. A Medicare premium may be reducible. A prescription bill may qualify for subsidy help. A utility bill may be covered in part by assistance. An IRMAA surcharge may be based on income you no longer earn. A property tax bill may be missing an exemption you had every right to claim. The second lesson is that these savings usually do not happen on their own. They require action, a phone call, a form, an application, a review. And that is exactly why so many seniors miss them. Not because they weren't eligible, but because nobody clearly told them where to look. So here's the quick review. First, check your Medicare Part B premium and ask about Medicare savings programs like QMB, SLMB, and QI. Second, check your prescription costs and ask whether you qualify for extra help. Third, if your utility bills are straining your budget, check LIHEAP before funding runs out. Fourth, if your Medicare premiums seem too high, find out whether IRMAA is being applied and whether Form SSA 44 could help if your income dropped. And fifth, if you own your home, contact your local tax office and ask directly about senior property tax exemptions, freezes, credits, homestead benefits, and filing deadlines. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Do not assume the bill you're paying today is the bill you're required to keep paying tomorrow. That assumption is expensive. Review your deductions. Review your prescriptions. Review your utility options. Review your Medicare notices. Review your property tax status. And if your income or household situation changed recently, don't wait for the system to notice. The system often won't. Your retirement money is too important for that. Subscribe and share this with someone who may need this information.